Hi guys, my name is Jackie, and today I'm going to show you guys how to properly eat shrimp and properly eat crab. The first thing you want to know about a crab is you'll never want to find a handicapped one, which means most of them are going to have 4 legs on each side. You want to make sure that none of them are gone, because if any of them are gone, the juices starts flowing out and the crab usually don't taste as sweet. The first thing you want to do, you want to choose the right crab size. This is a pretty good decent size for about 2 people. It's about a pound and a half to 2 pounds. And I'm going to show you how to take that off in a second. These are shrimps. Usually people eat this kind of shrimp, which is the normal kind of shrimp. Usually there's tiger shrimp. There's some shrimp with really big claws and other kind of style. And today I'm going to show you guys how to eat them one by one. Alright, the first thing you want to do to crab, first you actually take this part out. This is their digestive system. And it's actually not good to eat. You just want a little bit something sharp just to get it out, because usually it gets stuck. And what you do is you actually pull this whole piece out. And it goes out like this. That's very simple. And then what you want to do, because some people like to eat the juices in the head, so you want to crack it with the head facing down. And what you do is the whole hand, you grab all 4 of his legs, or whichever legs is left on the crab or is available. And you want to do is put it on a hard surface. What you're gonna do is you're gonna peel it out in a motion, like kind of you're like picking something up from the table, right? So what you do is you pull it out like this, and it should come right off. Okay, and when you look inside the crab, there's pretty much places we can eat, places we don't. The most common place people eat is usually the legs of the crab. Everybody knows that you can eat, there's meat in here, in the joints, and the most meat over here. But a lot of people actually neglect the whole body of the crab, where most of the meat are hidden. First, let's look at the shell. There are some things in here that you're not supposed to eat. These are actually the crab's mouth right here, toward the front area. What you want to do is you try to peel those out. If you can't, you can just leave those inside. These are the brains. A lot of people are kind of disgusted by it. It has a really creamy texture. The way I describe it is kind of like frog raw at the sea. It's the head, the juice of the crab, and which is really nice. The little red, you don't have to worry about it. It's just pretty much the tint from the crab itself. And these are some of the gills inside. There's 2, 1 on each side. What you want to do is you actually want to remove those, because those will not be edible. And you see this kind of filament on the side, those are also not edible. So pretty much what you want to do is just eat the soft membranes inside the head, and that'll be good. Okay, now moving on to the crab itself. These on the side are called gills. These are actually what they filter the water with. So you actually want to get rid of those. A lot of people don't know they eat it also because it's really soft. It's kind of like meat, and it's something that they feel like is edible. And you first remove those. You can pretty much take those with your hands. Some people use scissors. It really depends on what you're looking for to do. And again, this is part of the crab's mouth. And what you want to do is you just want to peel those off. Again, these are not edible parts, okay? Non-edible parts. You might be thinking, well, that's pretty much a lot of the body that's not edible, but that's not true. Once you're done with that, what I like to do is I like to hold it back on top of the crab, of the shell. So when you crack it, anything that leaks back on the crab and not on the floor or wherever you're eating. What you want to do is put your thumb right in the middle, okay? So when you split it, you split the crab exactly in half. So watch this, right? You put it in the middle, in one motion, you kind of crack it open, kind of crack wood. See, it comes apart just like that. So that's 2 halves of the crab. Now, if you look at the middle of the crab, these are also part of the membrane. See, now these are the soft parts, so you can actually eat these. So I'm going to put it here for a little bit later. And what I do myself, you see, that's actually the digestive system. The digestive system is the part that you don't want to eat, because it's pretty much whatever the crab eats. You want to throw those away. And these are left with the membranes of the crab. So I'm going to put this back in. And again, more digestive system. And here's the rest of the membranes. Again, let's put those back so we don't waste those. These are actually a really delight in the Asian culture. So after we're done, anything that's hard is not edible, so let's throw those away. And then when you look at it, what I like to do, I like to split it in half again, so everybody gets some of the body and some of the legs. You put 2 fingers in here again, same thing how you crack the crab, and split it right down the middle. It doesn't always happen the perfect way, but as long as you're close, you're good. Okay? For the legs, let me show you a little bit how to eat them. And then when you pull it off again, so each person gets some body and some of the leg, when you pull it half, it's pretty much the meat is right here. You see the meat is pretty much, you know, right, because the way I split it in 2 times, all the meat just falls off, you know, and these are where actually the really good meat is. The reason for, you know, there's nothing in the middle and everything is soaked up with the juice and everything of the head. So what I like to do, I like to put them inside so I don't lose them. And then you check for remaining meats. Usually meats are a little more brighter, a little bit more white in color. So when you look for inside, there's not any more, right? So let's crack this open. So let's see, this is a clean piece of shell. And now we discard this. What I like to do with the sections, I like to split them into halves first so I know which part I'm eating. Usually these are the harder parts, so I save those for a little bit later. Let's first eat the bigger part. Some people like crackers, some people like scissors. I prefer scissors because this kind of Dungeness crab, the shell is really soft. You can't really crack them unless it's really hard, you know. And right now it's more toward the soft side, so let's start cutting them. What you do, I look for the membrane part inside, and see the smaller part is where I cut because usually it splits open right away. Put a scissor in there, start cutting. It cuts really easily. It's not really hard. Just apply some pressure. The only thing you're scared of is gonna fly away instead of, you know, breaking the shell or breaking the scissors or whatsoever. Now let's split it in half. Let's open that up. Sometimes it breaks, no worries. It's really easy to get the meat out. See, the meat is on the 2 sides of the shell. And sometimes actually when you get a small piece of shell, what you can do with it, you can use that as a scooper to scoop all the meat out so it doesn't get stuck in the middle. See how easy it is to get all the meat out? So now this is another clean piece of shell. Now let me go to smaller ones now. Same thing, pretty much same concept. The thing is these are a lot more work and a lot less meat. Something like this, the middle part, I like to use a cracker just because it's a lot harder than the bigger part is. What you want to do is crack it open as much as you can. Not too much that you mush the meat up, because when you mush the meat up and when it loses form, it's really hard to get the meat off. So see how the meat just falls off? Let's get this piece here. And again, another piece right here. The last part I eat on the leg itself is actually this smaller, flatter part. I know there's some meat in here. To me, it's just not worth it. It's really small meat, and usually the meat is not as meaty. It's more like a kind of fat, kind of a tissue kind of. This one right here is a really good trick. You know, some people think, oh, I cut it through it, I crack it open. No, what I do is I actually cut the whole piece of the outside out. You see how it's going on the outside? You see how it's going that? It's actually splitting in half the easiest way. Because how flat it is, it kind of cuts like paper. And again, when you crack it open, the meat should come right off. Okay, and that's how you eat the crab. I hope you learned a lot today. And if you got any questions, you can always visit my blog or email me. You know, and this is how you eat the crab. Thank you.